of the Rose Ball Season 2 will receive the grand prize package, including a digital portrait courtesy of Rachel Rosa, a pair of custom lashes courtesy of Matsuge, a custom garment valued at over $100 courtesy of Priscilla's Projects, a custom wig styling courtesy of Hats by Carlos, whose work has been featured on RuPaul's Drag Race, and a cash prize of $250, currency transferable. In addition to the winner, the first runner-up this season will also receive a prize package, including a discount package for DV Couture Designs and K Pingel Wigs, a pair of lashes courtesy of Matsuge, a free wig courtesy of Wiggles Beauty Supply, and a cash prize of $100, currency transferable.
No, enough. You can tell him he'll be hearing from my lawyers. I don't have time for this. Hello, bitches. Let's get into it. I am so shocked and thrilled that I won the first challenge. I think I'm kind of an underdog. People didn't really expect me to win, so it feels really good. Like I put a lot of effort into that video and time. So I'm glad it paid off, and it's something that I'm really proud of, and I think it stands for itself. So it puts some pressure on me for this week, but I'm still excited. Again, I'm so happy.
Yes, he's back again. So I placed 4th in the first challenge, and you know what? It totally makes sense. I got really caught up in the idea of it and the details of it, like the little things, that I forgot to really put much of a storyline to it. So at the end of the day, it looked really cool, but there wasn't much to keep you in once you were engaged. I totally understand. And you know what? I'm actually grateful for the 4th place and for the judges and what the judges said, because it was almost like a wake-up call. I had all this this potential and all this opportunity to make something really cool, and I did. I'm still happy with what I did, but it could have been so much better if it had something that was a bit more compelling. And that's something that I'm going to apply into the next challenge that we do, and I think it's going to be something that everyone will really enjoy. But you know what? 4th place, the way that I see it, it's just room to grow.
Hit me, Liam Laughin, 33, finally from Rock Hill, South Carolina. Week 1 is done. We had the witches and the zombies. It was like Halloween in January, and I was absolutely living. Everybody did fantastic. It was so fun watching on Wednesday night, just being able to chill out. And then on Saturday, I had my paper bag out, breathing into it. Thoughts on my placement? I will take top 3. I am happy to be in 3rd. I feel 100% that Emo should have won, and that Ophelia, in my opinion, it should have been a tie. They were both so wonderful with what they brought. I am happy to take a nice, cushy 3rd place. I will take it.
Hi, it's me, Ophelia Payne, here with my confessionals. You have to excuse me, but I've been on a work Zoom drinks thing, so I've had quite a few porn star martinis this evening before I've done my confessionals, so you'll have to bear with me. Challenge 1, we've done it. Yes, the season is underway. It's great to be back in. Yeah, so top 2. Is that 2? Yeah, top 2 in challenge 1, which obviously I'm really made up about to be in the top 2 for challenge 1. I do feel like I'm back in my season 1 thing where I just was either bang smack in the bottom or in the top 2. So I'm hoping to break that and get get another win under my belt. I only got one win last season, and then I was in the top 2 for quite a bit of it. So I'm hoping that I don't repeat that again.
Hello gorgeous people of the world, we are back yet again for another week of jokery, tomfoolery, shenanigans, and just cross-dressing, to be honest. So let's get into it. I absolutely loved everything that everybody did in Challenge 1. I thought everybody was so amazing, and it was very interesting for me to see personally how everybody interpreted the theme, zombie apocalypse, zombie, whatever you want to call it. After Challenge 1, I have mixed feelings about everything. I obviously landed myself in the bottom last week, but I'm pretty sure I said in my confessionals last week, we stand a good bottom up in this house.
Hey there, heathens, it's me, your boy. After seeing what everyone else had done, I definitely knew I wasn't on top. But I'm still pretty surprised at how I placed. I thought I would at least be safe. And I even kept getting messages from like other competitors and audience members saying, oh wow, I was really surprised at how you placed. But I do agree at least on performance. I could have done more. I honestly took it really literal and kind of lost myself in that. I had this whole transformation thing in my head where I would start out as human and then I'd be bit, but I second guessed myself on that and I scrapped it. So go with your guts, kids.
It is a known fact that Liam, Laughin, and I are in a heated love storm, and our passions for each other knows no bounds, but I'm starting to question his fate, and I think maybe there might be someone else that's like drawing his attention away from me, which is like, I don't know how I feel about it.
Nina thinks that there's somebody else in Liam's life. It's Versailles. He can't help it, okay? Like, Versailles is just a sexy beast, and Liam just has so much love to give, just so much love. There's Emo and there's Versailles, and why can't Liam just love both?
I honestly love this cast. Everyone is so sweet and supportive, and we're all just cheering each other on and gassing everybody up like, yeah, you're so good, that's awesome, or like, damn, yes. And honestly, if there's one thing I'm thankful for, it's being able to socialize with other people, which I don't typically do on Instagram. I'm socially awkward, so I don't just message people, so it's nice. Of course, I have a chat with the boys. Hey, Emo. Hey, Liam. And I talk to Sweet Boy and Naja a lot, too. We go back and forth on the challenges. We scream at each other about how much we love something.
I do really enjoy the little jabs that I get here and there. When Ophelia was remarking that I was possibly shady for picking her first, bitch, I was not. It was out of respect, and how dare you assume? When Emerald made her little jabs at me for being intimidated and not picking her, okay, I'll let that slide exclusively because you complimented my makeup right afterwards.
Oh, and the drama. So here's the tea, here's the drama. You know, the cast rankings for me were a little lower than I thought they might have been. I've got work to do. Gonna make you love me. You're gonna love Ophelia. I think coming in late into the group, everyone's formed such amazing bonds with each other. You know, they've been in group chats with each other since before Christmas. So everyone's created really good relationships with each other. I don't know whether that's maybe holding me back within the group or what, I don't know. But yeah, or maybe they just didn't get what I did. I've been chatting a lot with Emo, and it's official, we're now getting married. So hands off everybody else.
For this challenge, I am excited, I am happy, I am hoping to redeem myself from being a bottom last week. The artist I chose is Kim Petras. I have been performing Kim Petras songs since I have started doing drag, and the reason I have done that is because her music actually speaks to me on another level. She really goes in depth to speak about emotion through her music and the journey of getting from one emotion to another emotion, which is something that I can really relate to, because sometimes I feel like I'm at my highest and sometimes I feel like I'm at my lowest, but her music just talks about from taking yourself at your lowest and bringing yourself to the best possible version of yourself that you can be. And this is what I really wanted to embody in my performance, because what she makes me feel is what I wanted to portray to you.
Love this next challenge. I think props to Lola for this is a really great challenge to get to know a drag artist, because I think our music and what we perform to says a lot about what we came from, our interests, our aesthetic. I, of course, chose My Chemical Romance of an homage to my name, to my brand, the most emo band in existence. I was so into them, like in middle school. Like I remember when Killjoys came out, their whole music video aesthetic, and Gerard Way with his different comic books. I thought, what a cool band, what a cool way that I can show this part of me that I love and that impacted me and gave me this emo identity that I now parade around.
So the artist that I chose to do an inspired look by is Rabbit. She's the lead singer of the steampunk band Steam Powered Giraffe. It is a band made of 3 singing automatons. You know, like the really uncanny ones that are at the county fair that are really dingy and dirty because they're never taken care of and they're just dead-eyed and glitching, and they start singing banjo music that's slowly dying. It's like that, but fun. And I actually got to meet her at an event once. I had stars in my eyes. I chose her because, 1, I love steampunk. And I just really love the concept of the band itself. It's so clever, it's so silly, and so theatrical. I love it. All 3 of the band members are themed differently, but I always loved Rabbit's looks the most. I am a king, so naturally, I was immediately drawn to the black and red theme, as we do. But for this one, I slipped into queen form, out of respect for her as a trans woman. So at least for this challenge, goodbye Versailles, hello Cadaver. I think I'm definitely going to stand out in challenge 2 because I purposely went for somebody that wasn't mainstream. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I always love seeing impersonations and inspired looks by mainstream people. Like I said, they're a theatrical band, so I kind of let loose a little bit. I got a little silly, I had a lot of fun with it, which was kind of a comment that the judges made for the first challenge. That I didn't really bring myself out in the character. So, if anything, let me stand out for being silly and weird, because I have a full face of makeup and the world's heaviest headpiece on my head.
So the artist that I chose was Kesha, and the reason being is because when I was just a baby drag performer, I really wanted every show to be just like a fucking Kesha music video. Just Kesha, as much Kesha as I could possibly get into it. I think every song I did was Kesha too, for the first like 4 or 5 performances. It was just all fucking Kesha. I thought that it would be really cool to do almost a tribute piece to what I wanted my drag to be. When I was 18, I didn't really know how to put on a show, and I didn't really know how to translate what it was that I had in my brain onto what I wanted on stage. So I thought that it would be great if I could actually create what I wanted to create when I was 18, and that's what I did for this challenge here. I hope that my family doesn't judge me for shaking my ass on TV. I'm sorry. So many fucking people that I know are gonna watch this episode and it's just gonna be my ass. I'm so sorry.
I think for me in season 1 with the ball challenge, I got really into my head with the whole thing because I'm not a Gaga fan. I like Gaga, but I'm not a huge fan. So I went so literal with it and like wanted to look like Gaga, create the looks, be very specific with all that, and I kind of just completely lost Ophelia in the whole Gaga-ness, which landed me in the bottom for the Gaga ball, unfortunately, and probably scuppered me getting into the final, unfortunately. So it's been nice to do the inspiration ball and do something that is personal to me. So I chose David Bowie. What I love about Bowie is that Bowie really pushed the kind of gender boundaries. You know, he can be so weird and then he could be so fashion. Bowie fits in with Ophelia. Super excited about you seeing it. So yeah.
Challenge number 2. I was very happy about challenge number 2. I knew immediately who I wanted to do, which was quite surprising because if you asked me a year ago who I would have done, it was definitely not this artist. I was not a fan a year ago. I think I was fighting the tide on this one for a very long time. Very excited about this challenge. The one thing that I did to stand out, I almost did not, but I recorded myself singing for this challenge. But I really wanted to put everything that is me into this video, and that does include my voice. This is Laughin, signing off. Enjoy the show, everybody.
Life on Mars, Ophelia Payne, signing out.
Hello, and welcome back to Rose Productions' digital drag competition, The Rose Ball Season 2. My name is Lola Rose, and I am the creator, producer, and artistic director of Rose Productions. This past Wednesday, Group A kicked off the Inspiration Ball, and tonight, Group B is here to show us who inspires them the most. You already know how this works, so let's get right into it. Please welcome Emo Knievel performing Dead by My Chemical Romance.
And if your heart stops beating, I'll be here wondering, did you get what you deserve? The ending of your life, and if you get to heaven, I'll be here waiting, baby. You get what you deserve. The ending of your life won't wait, then your heart can't take the step. You heard the news that you're dead. No one ever had much nice to say. I think it ever liked you anyway. You take me from the hospital bed. Wouldn't it be grand? It ain't exactly what you planned. And wouldn't it be great if we were dead? Dead. Tongue-tied and oh so squeamish. You never fell in love. Did you get what you deserve? The ending of your life, and if you get to heaven, I'll be here waiting, baby. You get what you deserve. The ending of your life won't wait, then your heart can't take it. You heard the news that you're dead. No one ever had much nice to say. I think it ever liked you anyway. You take me from the hospital bed. Wouldn't it be grand to take a pistol by the hand? And wouldn't it be great if we were dead? And in my honest observation, during this operation, found a complication in your heart so loud. 'Cause now you got maybe just 2 weeks to live.
Thank you, Emo. Up next, we have Catastrophic performing Blah 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 by Kesha.
Coming at your mouth with your blah blah blah. Zip your lip like a padlock. And meet me in the back with the jack of the jukebox. I don't care where you live at. Just turn around, boy, let me hit that. Don't be a little bitch with your chit chat. Just show me where your dick is at. Listen, high stars, I'm in love with this song, so just hush. Baby said I've heard enough. How can that blah, blah, blah? Think you'll be getting this? Nah, 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 not in the back of my car. If you keep talking that blah, 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 blah. Boy, come on, get my rocks off. Come put a little love in my glove box. Wanna dance with no pants on? Meet me in the back with a jack of the jukebox. Cut to the chase, kid, cause I know you don't care what my middle name is. I'm gonna be naked and you're wasted. You succeed. Listen, high stars, I'm in love with this song, so just hush. Baby said I've heard enough. How can that blah, blah, blah? Think you'll be getting this? Nah, 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 not in the back of my car. If you keep talking that blah, blah, blah.
You be delaying, you always saying some shit. You say I'm playing, I'm never laying the deal. Saying blah, blah, blah. Cause I don't care who you are in this bar. It only matters who I am.
How can that blah, blah, blah? Think you'll be getting this? Nah, 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 not in the back of my car. If you keep talking that blah, 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 blah. Think you'll be getting this? Nah, 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 not in the back of my car. If you keep talking that blah, how can that?
Thank you, Kat. Please welcome Liam Laughin performing Adore You by Harry Styles.
Strawberry
Thank you, Liam. Up next, we have Ophelia Payne performing Life on Mars by David Bowie.
It's a god-awful small affair to the girl with the mousy hair, but her mummy is yelling no, and her daddy has told her to go, but her friend is nowhere to be seen. Now she walks through her sunken dream to the seat with the clearest view, and she's hooked to the silver screen. But the film is a sad thing for she's lived it 10 times or more. She could spit in the eyes of fools as they ask her to focus on sailors fighting in the dance hall. Oh man, look at those cavemen go. It's the freakiest show. Take a look at the low man beating up the wrong guy. Oh man, wonder if you'll ever know who's in the best-selling show. Is there life on Mars? It's on America's tortured brow that Mickey Mouse has grown up a cow. Now the workers have struck for fame, 'cause Lennon's on sale again. See the mice in their million hordes, from Ibiza to the Norfolk Broads. Rule Britannia is out of bounds, to my mother, my dog and clowns. But the film is a sad thing more, 'cause I wrote it 10 times or more. It's about to be writ again, as I ask you to focus on sailors fighting in the dance hall. Oh man, look at those cavemen go. It's the freakiest show. Take a look at the low man beating up the wrong guy. Oh man, wonder if you'll ever know who's in the best-selling show. Is there life on Mars?
Thank you, Ophelia. Please welcome Robyn Hearts performing Icy by Kim Petras.
Never loved nobody harder, never ever felt stronger. Thought that we would last forever. Gave me something to believe in. Thought that you were all I needed. Look at me, I'm still breathing. I used to cry over you, baby. I've wasted all this time. Now I got ice cold heart.
Thank you, Robyn. Now, last but not least, we have Versailles von Ives performing Honeybee by Steam Powered Giraffe.
Didn't have to look my way. Your eyes still haunt me to this day, but you did. Yes, you did. You didn't have to say my name. Ignite my circuits, start a flame, but you did. Turpentine erase me whole. Who don't want to live my life alone? Who was waiting for you all my life? Set me free, my honeybee. You didn't have to smile at me. Your grin's the sweetest that I've ever seen, but you did. Yes, you did. You didn't have to offer your hand, 'cause since I've kissed it, I am at your command, but you did. Oh, a turpentine erase me whole. Who don't want to live my life alone? I was waiting for you all my life. Set me free, my Hello, goodbye, it was nice to know you. How I find myself without you. That I'll never know. That I'll never know. I let myself go. I let myself go. Hello, goodbye, I'm rather crazy, and I never thought I was crazy. But what do I know? What do I know? I let myself go. I let myself go. Ooh, honey. Nice to know you, how I find myself without you, that I'll never know. I let myself go. Hello, goodbye, I'm rather crazy, and I never thought I was crazy. But what do I know? What do I know? I let was nice to know you out. I find myself without hello, goodbye. I'm rather crazy and I never thought I was crazy. Hello, goodbye, it was nice to know you out. I find myself without hello, goodbye. I'm rather crazy and I never thought I was crazy.
Thank you, Versailles, and thank you to all of our contestants for your fabulous performances. Now it's time for Group B to bring it to the runway.
Bring it back to basics. Bring it back, bring it back to basics. Bring it back, bring it back to basics. Bring it back. Bring it back, bring it back to basics. Bring it back, bring it back to basics. Bring it back, bring it back to basics. Bring it back. Bring it back, bring it back to basics. Bring it back, bring it back to basics. Bring it back, bring it back to basics. Bring it back.
Thank you, Group B. As always, the judges met on Zoom earlier this week to discuss their reactions and feedback on tonight's performances. To quote the Boulet brothers, "We are not here to judge your drag. Drag is art, and art is subjective. What we are judging you on is your drag as it relates to this competition and these specific challenges and criteria." Now let's hear what these inspirational bitches had to say.
Let's start with Emo Knievel.
This was another sensational look for me. I didn't recognize Emo at first, so that speaks to their level as like an artist, because you're showing us variety week 2, which is fantastic.
I thought the wig was a big miss. A curly wig for Gerard Way did not make sense to me. And the suit, while I loved the detailing, the paint was so good. I didn't think the fit was right. It looked like it might have been a woman's suit or a just like an ill-fitted men's suit. And I thought for this look that it should have really been more fitted and looked like it was a men's suit.
I don't have much negative to say at all, really, except for the floor show could have been a little better put together.
Performance, another fantastic week for Emo, because all the ideas and all the different shots, and this time I was just blown away by how many characters he could play. So that's like showing so much versatility in one performance. It'll be interesting how he's able to do future challenges like the trailers and all of that, because this is what he does on a regular basis.
What grants success in any type of competition that's consecutive is finding a way to apply the critiques without fully sacrificing yourself. It's kind of like meeting the judges halfway. And I think there were a lot of small details that I saw that Emo improved this week, and obviously did a stellar job last week, but even when you win, there's still stuff to improve. And I think I could see in his work, Emo listening and taking our critiques and applying them. So that was 2 thumbs up for me. Let's move on to Catastrophic. What did you think of Cat this week?
Nothing was bad, but nothing was great. It looks like Kat spends more time on her face than she does the rest of the outfit. Not that she spends no time on it, but it just looks like all the effort's put here and there's just little or less thought put into the actual garment.
Kat's runway performance I thought was great. That one shot of going up whatever funicular or like whatever that thing was so funny, and just a nice little break in what might have been like a too long floor show.
We get a lot of the same shots, so I look forward to the pacing of it to be a bit better and us to get different kind of shots, because I feel like in her performance we did get different shots, and I love to see the dance moves of her as Kesha, and some I didn't even expect Kat to do. She was like dropping that ass like it was hot, doing a split, popping the twerk, I literally expected her to like get up in a backflip and do a split, so I was shocked by a lot of the things. So it involved like a good performance, but I felt like she could have spent more time on the shots where she was at night in the park and she was like bear on a tree, and it was like Kesha, because that gave me more of nightclub. And I love that she takes us on a tour of Canada every single video that we watch from her. But I felt like some of the whole graffiti scenes kind of took away from the Kesha performance that she was trying to portray.
Right off the bat, I didn't love the video production. The energy is good and you have the lip sync down, but it does feel like a downgrade from what we've seen before.
Let's move on to Liam Laughin. What did you think of Liam this week?
I thought the dress was quite gorgeous, to be honest. I'd love to wear it myself, even out of drag. It was perhaps a little too similar to the reference photo. So I think, because I saw a lot of like Harry in it, because it was a replica of Harry's look, and I didn't really see much Liam in the look itself, which is a shame. But major props to Liam for making that, because I mean, I don't know how I would make that, and I've been sewing.
Really good job, Liam, on the construction of that garment. I'm extremely proud and blown away.
So I think it's super cool that Liam chose this like man gender bending, a man gender bending, like love the concept. But because Harry Styles has a super structured, traditionally masculine face, I did want, paired with that gender bendy look, a more masculine makeup look. I just thought that really would have rounded it out and like punched the point home.
I definitely had more of a soft spot for Liam as far as performance goes. He had a clear story, and I think that I got that story and I really felt it, and I felt a lot of Liam, but as this character that he was trying to play. And he paid attention to detail in each filter that he would put behind him or her.
I thought this was a fun and cute video. You seem to have a lot of fun making it. There were a few tweaks I would have liked you to make. For example, the audio quality was a little rough and it was hard to hear, but the editing on the other hand was really nice, and the video was just a little choppy.
My challenge for Liam is to sort of go beyond what Liam thinks that they can do, or like is usually doing, because Liam gives us very good humor and like Liam concepts, but I really would like to see something like shocking from Liam that we wouldn't expect, because I think we're not that we're starting to expect what Liam's going to do, but I know that Liam's going to present us something fun, humorous, and like enjoyable. But I kind of want to be like taken aback and be like, oh, who's this? I don't expect this from Liam.
If I had to summarize Liam's submissions, like a critique for that, this week's submission in Challenge 2, I would say the runway was like pretty much all Harry in terms of the execution. I didn't see much of Liam in that. And then the performance, I saw a lot of Liam, but I didn't see a lot of Harry. So together, it kind of balanced out, but I wanted to see like more of a 50-50 in the runway and also in the performance. All right, let's move on to Ophelia Payne. What did you think of Ophelia Payne this week?
I actually was wanting more than just a typical Ophelia jumpsuit.
Yeah.
And the big Ophelia booty and the big Ophelia titties, because I did want to see her as Bowie, but not to that extent, because from head to toe, I was getting way more Ophelia than Bowie.
I do think that Ophelia did a great job taking the original look and dragifying it, which is what we missed in some of the other looks this week.
The floor show was slightly a letdown just because the look was so cool and interesting, and Bowie is so cool and interesting that I wanted more like dynamics and more like engagement and more just like fantasy and just like flamboyance and more Bowie vibes, where it was just kind of like a, here's my look, I will walk for you.
I thought the performance was beautiful. It was a gorgeous piece of art. It was Ophelia times 1,000 mixed with Bowie, mixed with beautiful references that you can tell he's had a lot of his entertaining life.
Yeah.
And so I respected those choices that were made.
I couldn't stop watching it, and it was like, oh, it was amazing.
The editing is absolutely amazing, and it's such a step up from what we've seen before.
Just another week of an outstanding performance, and just the level of the visuals. The visuals were so good and so clean.
Let's move on to Robyn Hearts. What did you think of Robyn Hearts this week?
The silhouette, great, fantastic silhouette, and they make all of their things, I think. So the effort put into the actual construction is completely commendable. I think that issue with their looks is the details in the garments, because the silhouette and the shape is there, but the details sort of take me out of the fantasy, in the sense for this week, because there was black boning on the corset. I think incorporating some of that like black lining would have helped, like at the bottom of the skirt, and then putting the actual pattern onto the shoes would have helped.
Unfortunately, the presentation of it just threw it off completely. There were lots of moments I could tell that she was struggling. I could tell that the movements weren't proper, and it almost made it awkward. The way that the dress would hit the chair and he wasn't able to move around in the small, tiny space that he allotted himself for the beautiful look. And it was so dark. You could barely see her for almost half of it.
The look is cute in itself. I don't love the skirt, especially because there are loose threads hanging off of it. It also doesn't fit the background. The background is a little distracting and messy. I thought the hair was a solid choice, and I liked that it added a pop of color, but I would have liked to incorporated it in the rest of the outfit.
I will give Robyn huge props for bringing emotion to a song that I had never previously thought of as having very much emotion. I really liked the bath scenes. I thought they went on a little long, like each scene itself.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just my like visual, like I have a hard time paying attention, but I like things with fast little cuts.
Yeah.
And I think that even just using the footage that she had, she could have made this performance more interesting just by cutting it up a little bit.
Last but not least, we have Versailles von Ives. What did you think of Versailles' look this week?
I loved this look. Our one complaint last week about the quality of the makeup not matching up to the quality of the costume, totally resolved. That makeup was fantastic and worked so well with that costume.
I loved the unique artist you chose. I think you did a good job, and you always have an attention to detail that stands out from the rest of the group.
The only slight issue I had was that the runway and the lip sync were kind of interchangeable, just because they were so similar. So I think some differentiation between the two would definitely benefit, because then it, shows us more variety in terms of like visuals.
Absolutely stunning, and the song was beautiful, and it made me feel things I haven't felt in years. It made me feel things I never thought I could feel.
Yeah.
I love it so much, and just like I follow from season 1, this is like now on my playlist. And I thought that the look that she chose to do was almost better than the original she was referencing off of. So it went a long way in believing her performance, and the song, it really went with it. it. I love the shots on the couch. I wish I would have seen more of those, because even the shots in front of the barn and on the couch were really good. We needed to see other ones, just like the runway.
Yeah.
But just like in the zombie episode, such a beautiful look, but we saw a lot of the similar shots.
Yeah.
We want to see different things.
Yeah.
We want to see you be inside the barn, like hanging on something, you know. I want to see you up on a black stage, like really showing off the look, or in some sort of environment that meshes with the look better, you know, or more elegant shots like the couch where you're on expensive, or in front of like beautiful wooding or something. Anything to tell more of a story. But the story I was getting is I'm singing this gorgeous song and I look gorgeous, but I'm in two places that I have to be.
Thank you, judges. As always, the cast has also watched and ranked their fellow 5 competitors' submissions. Those rankings have been added to the judges' scores to determine the final results. The bottom 2 of the week are Astrophic and Laughin. The 2 contestants who have placed safe this week are Robyn Hearts and Versailles von Ives. And the winner of this challenge is Emo Knievel.
Emo has won 1 free photo edit courtesy of PR Personal Retoucher and a free store item courtesy of Argyle Dragons. Check out their awesome work on Instagram. Thank you for being a sponsor of the Rose Ball Season 2.
Congratulations, Emo, and congratulations to all of our fabulous performers for your fantastic work this week. And just like that, another week down here at the Rose Ball Season 2. Just one more week left in the quarterfinal round. So, who are you rooting for? Let us know in the comments below. We will see you again this Wednesday right here on YouTube at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, as long as my computer doesn't fuck me over. Until then, stay what? Spooky!